Hey guys, YouTuber Monitor. Alright, and now here I am with another DC Extended Universe review. Yeah, and now, next up, here I am with a review for Shazam Fury of the Gods. So this is the official sequel to Shazam. Yeah, Black Adam really was like more of a spin-off rather than a sequel, but yeah, this is really like this is actually like a direct sequel to Shazam. And this film was just released a few months ago. This film was just released in March. Yeah. And when the film came out, it we kind of like received like some mixed reviews from critics. Critics really were like just seemed like very split on this film. Like on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 49%. So critics really just seem like very split down the middle for this film. Like some like it and some don't. So it really just is like a just very So it really is just like a film that they really were very mixed on. Yeah, but audiences really did like this film. The audience score for this film was at 86%. So audiences really like this film more than critics did, and that really like did seem to be the case with like a lot of DC's films at this point. Wonder Woman 1984 like had more like of a positive reception from like just audiences than critics. Yeah, so did Black Adam. And this is another one. So audiences really do just seem to enjoy DC films more than critics do. But yeah, as far as this film goes, I just watched it, and overall, I did think that this was a pretty solid movie. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first Shazam, but I still did find myself enjoying this. Yeah, just about everybody from the first Shazam did return for this movie. Zachary Levi did return as the role of Shazam, and pretty much everyone else that was in the first film was back in this film as well. Yeah, like all the kids are back in the film, and the people that played like the older Shazam versions of them are in this film. Yeah, and the same actors that played the parents are in this film. So pretty much like the entire original cast have returned from this film, and this film also does have like some new cast members as well, such as Rachel Zegler, if that's how it's said, um, um Helen Mirren, and also it has appearances from Megan Good and Lucy Liu, and it does like feature like some other new cast members as well. Even Gal Gadot does appear like at the end of the film. Yeah, Wonder Woman does have a cameo at the very end of the film. So it is kind of cool to see her cameo in the film as well. So it really does have like once again a pretty good cast, and like I said, it is still a good movie, but I don't think it is as good as the first Shazam because like Wonder Woman 1984, this film just really seems like very cliched. Yeah, it just really does have like a lot of the cliches that like movies like this really would have. Yeah, So it really kind of just does suffer from the same problem that Wonder Woman 1984 did. But it is still overall still a pretty good movie. Like I still do like enjoy the story that this film does have, and it does have like some cool visuals and some cool fight scenes. Yeah, so just uh, I mean, So it really just like while it has its issues, it is still like overall a pretty enjoyable movie. But I don't really want to really talk about like the cliches and the issues it has because I would pretty much just be repeating everything that I said in my Wonder Woman 1984 review. So I don't really want to go too much into that. But despite like how cliched it does still tell a pretty good story, and it is still overall a pretty enjoyable movie. So I just really don't know what else I can really say about it because that does pretty much sum it up. So I guess I would probably give this film like a 3.25 stars out of 4. Yeah. Yeah. So I just really don't know what else I can really say about it. Plus, it is like pretty late as I'm recording this. Like as I'm recording this, it already is after midnight. So I don't really want to spend too much time talking about it. So I'll just start talking about the premise of the film. All right. So the film is set 4 years after the events of the first film, yeah, and it shows that there are the two daughters of the Titan Atlas named Hespera and Calypso, is that how it's pronounced? Yeah, Calypso. Like they end up breaking into the Acropolis Museum in Athens, and they end up stealing the broken staff from the Shazam wizard that, of course, was destroyed in the first film. Yeah, then yeah, then after they steal it, they then end up taking it to the wizard, who is now imprisoned in the god's realm. Yeah, and they end up forcing him to repair the staff and reactivate his powers. Yeah, and it's showing how they are kind of forcing him to do it. Like I think they're kind of manipulating his mind or something. Yeah, but yeah, he ends up repairing it, and then yeah, then like uh, Hespera and Calypso are in possession of the staff, and they have all of its powers. Yeah. Yeah, and then it shows how Billy and his whole his foster family are still still do have all the Shazam powers, and yeah, they are still fighting crime. Yeah, and then yeah, then after they end up saving people from falling off the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. Apparently, they get called out for its destruction. Yeah, and it's showing how their camaraderie, and their just their bond and relationship is kind of a deteriorating, and they are drifting apart from each other, and it shows because as they're getting older, they are having their personal interests, kind of what was talked about in the first film. Yeah, and it shows how Mary in particular is really unhappy about her secret life because it's preventing her from going to college, which she was talking about doing in the first film. Yeah. Yeah. Then yeah, then one night as Billy is having a dream where it shows how as Shazam he's out on a date with Wonder Woman. Though yeah, we don't actually see her face in this dream sequence. We just see the body. Yeah. And then yeah, then it shows how the wizard then appeared taking Wonder Woman's body. It just showed his head on Wonder Woman's body. Yeah. And then he was just giving Billy a warning about the two daughters, and then yeah, then when the wizard told Billy about it, when Billy woke up, he then ended up just telling the rest of his siblings about the sisters, and they started to research them. Yeah. And yeah, then it then showed how Freddy, who is still being bullied at school, but then there's this new girl at the school named Anne that Freddy ends up falling for. Yeah, and it's showing how they're talking with each other. They ended up sitting at lunch together. Yeah, then as they're talking, Billy and Freddy then ended up showing off his superhero self to Anne. But yeah, but then eventually Hespera and Calypso then arrived with the staff, and then they ended up attacking Freddy and stealing his powers. Yeah, then it was revealed how Anne was actually their youngest sister, Anthea. Yeah, but yeah, it's not she actually did a set Freddy up for this. This wasn't a setup, and she was using him. She still did care about Freddy, and she was not in support of her two sisters doing this. So yeah, so I'm glad that they decided to go down this route and didn't have it just be a whole setup and she was evil this whole time. So yeah, so I'm glad that they didn't go down that route with her in this movie. Yeah. Yeah. Then yeah, then as Billy and the others then came on the scene to save Freddy, the daughters ended up just kidnapping Freddy, and then they to stop Billy and the others from actually trying to come after them. They then ended up placing a indestructible dome all around Philadelphia, and everyone was trapped inside of it. Yeah. Then they ended up imprisoning Freddy in the God's realm along with the wizard. Yeah. Then it's revealed how the reason why the daughters are doing this was because the wizard ended up actually killing their father, and so they're out for revenge on the wizard. Yeah, and yeah, then eventually, the Billy and the others ended up in the Rock of Eternity. They encountered a sentient pen who was named Steve, and then they used that to draft a letter to Hesperia and Calypso as like a negotiation for Freddy. Yeah. And then yeah, then as a Billy in his Shazam form, had a meet up with Hespera at a restaurant, as it was just not really working, and it was just a cordial. Eventually, uh, Hespera and Calypso ended up fighting Billy and the others, and then in the fight, Pedro ended up losing his powers as well. Yeah, but eventually, Billy was able to overpower Hespera and capture her, taking her back to the Rock of Eternity. Yeah, but then it was then revealed how this was all just a plan by Hesperia, and then she ended up easily escaping from the Rock of Eternity, and then she ended up stealing this uh, this a powerful artifact that was known as the Golden Apple, which is apparently the seed of the Tree of Life. Yeah, and then then as Freddy and the Wizard then were trying to escape the God's realm. With help from Anthea, who was of course sympathetic because yeah, she like I said, she was against her sisters doing this. Yeah, as the daughters were arguing with Hespera and Anthea both wanting to use the apple to revive their own realm. Calypso wanted to plant it on Earth to destroy it. Yeah. Then eventually Freddy ended up stealing the apple. But then then Billy and the others then showed up, and Billy was eventually able to reclaim his Shazam powers. Yeah. Then as Billy and the others then were emerged with the wizard in their home. They then revealed their identities to the foster parents, and then eventually Calypso then ended up appearing with a dragon named is it Ladin or Ladin? Yeah, to um obtain the apple. Well, the foster home ended up being destroyed. Yeah, and then then as there was a chase throughout the city with Billy and his entire family and Calypso chasing after them. Um, like in the chase, everybody lost their powers except for Billy. And then as Calypso then eventually ended up retrieving the apple, then took it to Citizens Bank Park and planted the tree, and it showed the the tree ended up spawning several different monsters to attack the city. Yeah, then yeah, but then eventually then like after seeing what Calypso was up to, both Hespera and Anthea were against what she was doing and objected to it. Yeah, but Calypso ended up mortally wounding Hespera and depowered Anthea in retaliation to that. Yeah, and then after seeing all the carnage and that was done to the city, uh, Billy then was just asking the wizard to just take his powers back. Yeah, but the wizard just assured Billy that he really is a true hero and is worthy of the powers. Yeah. Then inspired by what the wizard said, then Billy then went after Calypso and the re- and the rest of them like then use these unicorn like creatures to destroy and take out all the other monsters. Yeah. Then with Hespera dying, Billy just persuaded her to help him stop Calypso. Yeah. Then as it was revealed that the dome apparently has a violent reaction to Billy's lightning. He then allured Calypso to the park as Hesperia shrunk the dome down to contain them. Then in the fight with Billy against Calypso and Ladin, uh, Billy eventually ended up overloading the staff with electricity and killed both of them. in the process, which ended up destroying the tree and Calypso's army. But yeah, it also ended up um, the overload ended up taking Billy's own life as well. Yeah, but yeah, before Hespera actually succumbed to her wounds, she acknowledged Billy as a true god, and after she died, the dome ended up disappearing. Yeah, and then Billy's family then found his lifeless body, and yeah, and of course they were all grieving over it. Yeah, then later on it showed Anthea taking Billy's family to the god's realm as he was buried. Yeah, yeah, and the wizard was and told them that the only way that the uh, staff could actually be repaired was by another god, and he said that there were no more gods. But yeah, then Wonder Woman then appeared, and yeah, of course, she was the last being with god powers. Yeah, and like I said, it was Gal Gadot reprising the role. Like she did actually have a cameo right here. So yeah, so it was cool to see her back in this film. Yeah, then she ended up repairing the staff, and then yeah, she then was able to revive the god's realm, restore Anthea's powers, and Billy was resurrected. And it showed he came out from the from his grave he was buried in. Yeah, then Billy then ended up he of course thanked Wonder Woman for bringing him back to life and everything. Then she just told him to keep fighting or something. Then Billy then used the staff to restore all the others' powers, and then then it just ended by showing the family all rebuilding their home, and it showed Anthea and the wizard both just taking up residence on Earth. And that's how the movie ended. And yeah, but yeah, then we then had the scene in the mid credits where it showed Amelia Harcourt and John Economos trying to recruit Billy for the Justice Society on behalf of Officer Waller. Yeah, but yeah, with but then yeah, Billy just kept talking and just was kind of being smart, just kind of using his usual antics as he was talking with them. Yeah, then they just ended up leaving and not wanting him after all. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, then after the credits, then there was of course, a post-credit scene showing how it showed Thaddeus from the first film still incarcerated. Yeah, and then he once again encountered the mastermind worm. Yeah, and yeah, and though a mastermind was still just continuing to talk about the plan, and it showed how they haven't not actually enacted it yet, and Billy and Thaddeus was just very frustrated about it. Yeah, and then yeah, and it just cut away in his frustration. Yeah, so yeah, so I am not really sure when this whole uh thing with this whole angle of them enacting their revenge on Billy and the others is really going to happen. I don't know if this could happen in the next Shazam movie or if it may carry over to another film. I am really not sure. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I do think that this overall is a pretty good movie. It's not as good as the first Shazam because yeah, it is very cliche. Like I said, just like Wonder Woman 1984 is. But yeah, we still do overall have a pretty solid movie. The story still is told pretty well. It does have some cool action scenes. It is cool to see Wonder Woman appear in the film. Yeah, and everybody's performances still are pretty good. They really are pretty much just as enjoyable as they were in the first film. So yeah, so this is not a bad movie by any means. Just yeah, its cliches just make kind of bring it down a bit, and is really what makes stops it from being as good as the first Shazam. So yeah, so that is stuff that does work against the film, but yeah, it is still overall still a really good film and definitely worth a watch. So yeah, so like I said, I give this film what was it that I gave this film? Did I give it 3 stars out of 4? Did I give it 3.25 stars out of 4? Yeah, you'll see my final rating down in the description. But yeah, either way, yeah, despite regardless of what my final rating turns out to be, yeah, it is. This is still a pretty good film. Yeah, so I do definitely think it is worth a watch. But yeah, just make sure that you've seen the first Shazam before watching this. All right. So yeah, so I guess that's the best way I can put it. All right, so yeah, so I guess this is all I really have to say about it. All right, so yeah, so this does it for my review of Shazam: Fury of the Gods. So I hope you guys enjoyed this film, yeah. And now, yeah, now I've gone through like all the DC Universe movies so far. So yeah, so now next up is the Flash. My video talking about the Flash is coming up next. I am gonna be seeing the film. Well, I guess like technically it is the day now. So yeah, I am actually going to be seeing this movie tonight. Yeah, because yeah, as I'm recording this, it is June 18th. So yeah, so I actually am going to be seeing the film tonight. So yeah, so I will probably make my video, make the video giving my thoughts on the movie. It'll probably be tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably have the video on Monday. So yeah, so that's going to be coming up tomorrow as you're watching this because yeah, as I'm recording this and as that's when I upload it. It'll be the 18th. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. My thoughts on Flash will probably be up tomorrow on the 19th. All right. So yeah. So stay tuned for that coming up. All right. But yeah. But this is my review of Shazam: Fury of the Gods. So I hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned for the Flash video coming up next. All right. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.